I've arrived at Raccoon Creek State Park, and I'm gonna start with a hike on the Heritage Trail. And it's pretty chilly, but it's a nice sunny day. We got a little bit of rain coming through the weekend, but today, even though it's cold, is beautiful. So I'm gonna take advantage of it and go freeze on the sunny trails. And then I can check into my cottage and get set up for the weekend. Now this is the camping area. It's closed this time of year, but I figured I'd walk through it on my way back to the truck. Yeah, some of the sites look pretty decent. A lot of the non-electric sites are really small, but there's some space down over the hill. Looks like you can kind of hang out down below. Last time I camped here was April last year. Prior to that, I think I had hiked here one time. So I've only stayed in the cottages. I haven't camped in this campground area, but they do have a lake that looks really nice. And there's a couple geocaches that you can only get by boat. So I definitely got to come back here in the summer and, you know, get the kayak out and explore the lake. But it's only an hour and 15 minutes from my home, so I don't know that I'll spend a weekend camping here in the summer. I may just drive down and explore the lake. We'll see. Looks like a decent little campground, but I don't think any of the non-electric sites would work for truck camping. They're really just small little parking spots with a picnic table, fire ring, and maybe an area for a tent that's you know, up on a hill or down over the hill. So if I did camp here, I'd have to try and get one of the larger ones with electric that is meant more for a RV or camper, which is a little bit of a bummer. So the campground is way up top of the hill, and there's a somewhat steep trail that comes the whole way down to the lake. And the beach is down there, and I think further down the lake there's a boat launch. It's not a huge lake, but it'd be a nice little paddle. There's like 3 or 4 geocaches that are out here that require a boat, and be interesting to see where they're hidden that you couldn't get to them on foot. And it must be a couple islands, maybe further down. But I'll have to come back in the summer and check that out. Well, it's definitely starting to warm up. The air was very crisp when I started, and kind of hurt to breathe if I didn't have the balaclava on, but now it's much more comfortable. But it's just a beautiful day to be out. It's gonna rain a lot tomorrow, so try to take advantage of this sun while I've got it. Num 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 num. Sign says those are hydro bikes. Might be an interesting thing to try out. There's a little inlet here, and they've got a little boat ramp and a little kayak dock there. This is right next to the boat rentals. There's another boat launch on the other side of the lake. So, 1 This is the Frankfurt Mineral Springs. Last time I was here was last April, and it was decidedly less icy. This is my spot. I've got a picnic table, grill, fire ring, and here's the cottage. I have a little sitting area. I've got a fridge, a little table, stove, microwave, sink. Bathroom with a shower. One bedroom with a full bed. There's me. And another room with a couple bunks. So, a lot of space for one person, but when you're camping in February and it's freezing outside, having heat and a bathroom and a kitchen, it's pretty handy. Got a little bit of snow overnight. Gonna head out for a morning walk. The temp's supposed to come up a little bit and it turns into kind of a rain sleet mixture, so I want to get the hike in while it's still snow. Quite peaceful out here in the snowy woods. It's been a nice morning so far. Raccoon Creek is under the flight path for Pittsburgh International Airport, so you get regular jets flying over. Yesterday was, they were departing to the west. Today they're arriving from the west, so they're lower coming in, but with the weather, you don't see them very clearly, but still kind of cool. If I don't find my way out of this maze of trails, I might have to stay in whatever that is. Cabin looks like it's seen better days. A lot of interesting little buildings and huts and things back here. On Sunday, I drove into Pittsburgh. My church has a satellite campus in the Script District, so I joined them and then grabbed some fruity smoothie granola concoction at Aruba Island Bowl for brunch before heading back to camp for a nap and then more hiking. All the snow from yesterday melted, and it was just a little drizzly this morning. I went to church and then grabbed brunch. But when I got back to the cabin, I laid down for a little bit, and we got a new layer of snow. Well, that snow melting this morning, or yesterday overnight, these creek crossings are getting a little sketchier. Fortunately, I had a log here. And here we have a naturally occurring, perfectly rectangular block of stone. Well, I made it through the forest trail and back down on the lake trail. Looks like the lake's a little high and kind of meandering into the woods here. But it's been a really pretty hike. But at least this creek crossing has a bridge. That would have been too deep to get across otherwise. We got a little bit more snow overnight, and it's pretty cold, so the snow is fluffy today. I packed up camp, and now I'm over at the Wildflower Reserve, which is over at the east end of the park. And I'm just gonna do a short little hike here and then head home. The roads weren't too terrible. Well, here's Raccoon Creek. Usually when you're down in here, you can see a lot of the air traffic going over. It's been somewhat busy this morning, but a lot of the flights have been going down to Florida, so they turn before they come over the park. I did have a KC-135 go over. And it looks like there's an A320 to Salt Lake that's taxiing to the runway, so maybe we'll see that come over in a little bit. A little hard to see, but that's CRJ going to Detroit. That's kind of fun. Those folks are going to Chicago. Well, this part of the trail is starting to get a little flooded out. I had a really nice time at Raccoon Creek State Park. I had some days with sun, some rain, some snow. I relaxed, I played board games and solitaire. I did a lot of hiking every day. While truck camping is more my style, in the freezing winter months, it's nice to have a warm cabin with utilities as an option. It made for a great weekend getaway. I hope you enjoyed following along, and I hope you stick around so I can share more adventures with you.